What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Kid Taj, and today we're going to be doing, which I think might be a weekly thing, but you never know with these things. Sometimes shit just doesn't get that many views. I do this thing, it's a top 5 MVP candidates so far. If the season ended today, who would be the MVP of the league? And it's the top 5 of those players. I did this last week. Go check that video out if you haven't already. Before I get into this, I just want to say, please do not forget to leave a like if you enjoy, comment an idea down below, subscribe if you're new to this channel and enjoy these videos, and if you like gaming, if you want to see me play games with live commentary and shit like that, it's on my other channel, Kid Taj Games, in the description as well. But let's get into this video, and I did this last time, I'm going to do this again. We got 5 honorable mentions. Guys, there have been so many players that have just been playing amazing and beyond what we expected from them. Guys that are putting up 20 plus points. I believe there's 28 players in the NBA averaging at least 20 per game. Also note that the records of some of these teams may be off, that I say just because, you know, some teams play today, by the time you're watching the video, maybe a team got another win or another loss or whatever. But we're going to start off with the honorable mentions. In the honorable mentions, we got Charlotte Hornets point guard Kemba Walker, who's been absolutely fantastic for the Hornets, and the Hornets have been winning games at a pretty good rate as well. Steph Curry for the Warriors, he's putting up around 27 a game. Warriors are 8-2, so you know he's in that conversation. Kawhi Leonard, this guy is always doing something, offense, defense, two ways of the court, and you know the Spurs are always winning games. Jimmy Butler, he's been playing out of his mind lately, last couple games, and Chicago's been winning a couple. Damian Lillard is the last honorable mention, and gotta say, you know, look, the Blazers have a decent record, and Lillard is putting up over 30 a game, so you gotta throw him in there. Now, let's get to the top 5, shall we? Remember, these are MVP candidates, not guys that are on bad teams, guys that are playing really well and have a really good team, you know, so they're winning games and they're putting up great numbers. Let's start at number 5. We're going to go with Golden State Warriors forward Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, in his first season with the Golden State Warriors so far, has been absolutely fantastic. He was on my honorable mentions list last week, and now he's breaking into the top 5, coming in at number 5, averaging almost 28 points, 4 assists, and 8 rebounds, shooting 56.2% from the field and 40.4% from the three-point line, and his team's record 8-2. They're playing the Raptors right now, another win there, and they're 9-2 if they take the W. Thing is, with Kevin Durant, and why he's not higher on this list, because those numbers are fantastic, team record is fantastic, and his shooting percentages are absolutely amazing. First of all, there's just a lot of great players on the team, in the league. I mean, you got guys putting up all sorts of crazy stats, triple doubles all over the place and whatnot, and I'll get to those guys. But Kevin Durant is on a team where he can get easy shots. He's playing with the greatest players. They're supposed to win, so their expectations are sky high. An 8-2 record for the Warriors isn't really that impressive when you think about who's on that team. Yes, they're winning games, but it's not like he's leading them. It's like he's a cog in the system, and yes, he's been the best player, and yes, he's getting more touches than everybody else so far, I think. He's still not like carrying that team. I don't think he's been the most valuable. I think he's been great. His team's been very good as well. He's looking really efficient right now, but if KD wins the MVP, it's going to be that team has to have an amazing record, and he's got to have an amazing season. And so far, he's putting up great numbers. Team's doing really good, but I wouldn't classify any of those things as amazing. Shooting percentages are amazing, but, you know, he's got to go a little bit crazier, especially regarding some of these other guys. When I get to number 4, we talk about the NBA's leading scorer, and that's DeMar DeRozan, who's putting up 33 points, 3 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. 7-3 record for the Raptors, and they're playing the Warriors right now, and they lose that game. It's down to 7-4. The Raptors haven't been all that steady over the last couple of games, as DeRozan is shooting 51% from the field in the season. Still fantastic, absolutely great. 26.3% from the three-point line. He's not really a three-point shooter. He's got that mid-range game, and it's crazy that he's putting up 33 points a game without a three-point shot. I always manage to put that in. DeMar DeRozan was 3rd on this list last week. He's moved down to 4th right now. So, you know, when you think about a guy like DeRozan, who's a scorer, he's a scoring player. That's why this 33 a game isn't as impressive as someone that, you know, does everything, and maybe a player that is averaging less might be higher on this list just because, they're getting more of the other stuff. DeRozan is a great scorer, but he doesn't contribute as much as you'd like in the other areas. When you talk about playmaking, rebounding, and defending, he's not up to par with a guy like James Harden. Okay, maybe not defending, sorry. A Westbrook or a LeBron, those type of players, we can't all be those guys. But DeMar DeRozan's done a hell of a job so far. His team 7-3 was better before, slipped down a little bit. I remember they were 4-2 when I did this video before, and now they're 7-3. So I guess they've gone 3-1 since that. So that hasn't been too bad, but his stats have gone down a little bit since I made that video. And some other guys have just been playing especially well, and that includes number 3 on this list, James Harden, who wasn't even on the top 5 last week. I had him as an honorable mention. But this guy, I'll tell you what, he's putting up some absolutely legendary stats. I'm known for being a guy that was skeptical about James Harden's value to his team last year, when he was not playing defense whatsoever, and when that team was an 8th seed, and when they got so much worse. They got rid of Dwight Howard in the offseason, and now it looks like they're playing just a lot better. James Harden putting up 30 points per game, almost 13 assists, 8 rebounds, and a 6-4 record for his team, and his shooting percentages have been off the charts. He's 49.7% from the field and 38.6% from the three-point line. And think about it. James Harden isn't getting his shots created by anybody. I mean, he's really making all of his shots happen and his teammates' shots. How many points is he responsible for a game? That's a great question. 30 points and almost 13 assists is absolutely amazing. That's probably the highest amount of points, assist combination that a player has in the NBA right now. 12.6 leads the league with the assists. James Harden, the point guard this year, he's been absolutely incredible so far. And shooting great percentages, he's been incredibly efficient. 6-4 record is not bad for a team where it's like just James Harden and everybody else. They haven't had Beverly this season yet, and they don't have a lot of guys to put the ball in the hands of. They don't have anyone to put the ball in the hands of, I should say, instead of James Harden. He's doing his thing. He's playing out of his mind right now, and he's worked his way up to the top 3. At number 2, we have last week's number 1. It's Oklahoma City Thunder guard Russell Westbrook. Westbrook has been putting up nearly a triple-double, but his team has lost 4 games in a row. Yeah, when I did this last time, his team was 6-1. His stats have actually gone up since last week when I did this. Now he's averaging 32 points, 9.9 assists, and 9.7 rebounds. Just so close to a triple-double. 6-5 his team is, as I said. That's getting a lot worse, and that's why he moved from 1 to 2, because you can't be losing that many games and be the MVP so far. The only reason that he's in that top 2 is because of those amazing numbers paired with a 44% clip from the field and 34% from the three-point line. Not bad at all for a guy taking all those shots. James Harden's shooting percentages are more impressive, but the fact that Westbrook is doing it at both ends, and the fact that Westbrook, he's so close to a triple-double, and the guy is just going out there playing his heart out, and he doesn't have a lot of guys on his team that can do a lot for him. Losing, I was having trouble deciding which should go ahead. Westbrook should be ahead of Harden. Harden should be ahead of Westbrook. But, I think Harden, the trend is that Harden's going to be ahead of Westbrook. But right now, Westbrook's going to stay in the number 2 spot a little longer, see if he can pick things back up again and get back into that winning column. Now, let's go to number 1, and it's the king. LeBron James has been absolutely incredible, and he's had his best start to a season, 9-1. Actually, the Cavs, I believe they just lost. Let me just confirm. Yes, they just lost to the Pacers, and LeBron was sitting that game, so it's all good. They're 9-1 with LeBron, 0-1 now without LeBron. So the team is 9-2 as of now. But you can't blame LeBron for, he's resting. They didn't lose because of him. They started 9-1. That's the best start LeBron's ever had in his career. He's putting up numbers of 23.4 points, 9.6 assists, and 8.9 rebounds. He's putting up absolutely fantastic numbers, getting those W's. And he's shooting 49% from the field and 35% from 3. He's doing it efficiently. The guy has been absolutely unguardable so far. And just because he's not putting up those same scoring numbers as a guy like Westbrook or Harden, he's making up for lost numbers in the points column, in the rebounds and assists columns, where he's putting up almost 10 assists and 9 rebounds per game. The guy is also getting the W's. He's leading his team to W's. They just beat Toronto last night with a big win. So LeBron tops this week. He moves from 2 to 1. So yeah, I put LeBron as my #1 MVP so far. I actually had LeBron winning MVP this season. I made a prediction before the season. I said LeBron, I think 1, Westbrook 2. Like those were my predictions. LeBron then Westbrook to start the year. And well, looks like they're at the top right now. We'll see how things go. I'm gonna plan on making another video like this next week to update y'all. And yeah, it's gonna do it. If y'all enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you're new, and I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.